animals of which we've purchased. So they have origins that have come from outside of our herd and we've integrated them in. Any of those animals, we give a letter from the alphabet as a prefix. So last year I bought a group of heifers. They're from outside of our herd, so their numbers start with a D and then a numeral along behind it. That way all of these animals get their own, they have their own number, they have their own file that I have at home. That number will follow them through their lifetime of which they're in our herd. We can keep track come calving time when these girls have calves. Their calves will also be given a tag that matches their mom's tag. That way we never have to worry about if we can't identify who a mom is or who a baby is, or if we have to bring them in for any reason, we can make sure that we pair them up appropriately. Now, there's a secondary tag that these cows, every animal on the property has. In all honesty, everybody in Canada is supposed to have what's referred to as an RFID tag on their livestock, for cows anyways. What that tag is it is a tag, it's a small button. I'll see if I can get close enough to Marigold here. No, she says no way, guys. It's a small button that's placed in the ear. It has a long number attached to it, and this number is generated through the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. It's a traceability tag, so when that animal is born, it gets one of these tags, and that tag will follow them through their life. If they stay on the farm, it tends to be kind of a non-issue. That tag will start and end here. For any reason we have a cow that we ship to the yards, because she's open, butcher animals, our steer calves, which we ship, they all have these identification numbers. This is a traceability program that's been put in place. What it is designed to do is if for some reason there was a disease outbreak, that tag can be traced back to every property that animal has come into contact with, and creates a chain of which they can investigate to find the source of the problem. So every animal has two tags. One is a numeral tag, which we've designed for our particular herd. It's how we refer to them within our herd. And then the other one is this government issued Canadian Food Inspection tag that they all are mandatorily have to carry. Now the other part of our ownership is a brand. So our animals, we send them out onto a crown range. Part of our requirement is that these animals have an identification mark on them. So all of our cows, they are branded as calves, or at the time of purchase. We carry two brands. One's a D bar W and one is a bar 22. So each of these animals on their right side, the one brand is a rib brand, the other is a shoulder brand. They have these brands to go out. They prove that these animals are ours. They essentially, they're proving our ownership. So if for some reason we haven't had any issues with this, but there have been issues of people rustling animals. An ear tag is pretty easy to cut off in the scheme of things and to replace. However, these brands that are put on our cows, they prove that animal is indeed ours. You can't undo a brand, you can't take it off. It is permanently on their hide. It's hard to see this time of year because these cows are real fuzzy. This cow here, you can kind of see an outline. It's a little bit fuzzy and light. This is her brand under there. So if somebody were to go and try to say that this animal is hers, we can essentially say, no, it's not her. They're not their cow. She belongs to us. We can shave that spot and there's a clear representation of our ownership right there. Easy peasy. Ownership's kind of a big deal. A lot of people in this area, we have shared ranges. So sometimes it's just a way for us to differentiate quite easily between our animals and somebody else's. We like to make sure our tags are really easy to read. It helps when we're out on range checking for who's where and what they're doing. It keeps them bonded up with their calves because we know who they belong to. And it also correlates to our paper trail that we keep that tells us all the ins and outs for that animal, when she was born, how many calves she's had, when she's calved, if she's ever received any sort of treatment. Record keeping is essential when you have animals. If you do not have good records, you do not have good herd management, and hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight why these guys have what they do and where. For now, the wind is starting to kick up. It's time to go finish dealing with the snow.